Good evening and a very warm welcome to our meditation on Tuesday night of Holy Week. We are St Peter's Church in Yaxley, which is just outside of Peterborough. Our meditation this evening is on Peter, and there'll be readings, there'll be silence, and there'll be a song at the end. Please engage with all of these in the way that works for you. The call of Peter. As Jesus walked along the shore of Lake Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew, casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen.
Peter?
Yes, Jesus?
Come with me.
Where are you going?
I'm not telling you.
Do you not know?
Oh yes, I have a fair idea.
Then why won't you tell me?
You might not like it.
Well, thanks for your consideration, Jesus.
Peter?
Yes, Jesus?
Come with me.
Can I bring somebody else?
Just bring yourself.
Will there only be two of us?
Oh no, there'll be plenty of others.
Will I know some of them? What about my cousin Alec? Will he be there? And is there any chance of my sister coming if she still fancies you? And what about my gran? Oh, Jesus, I'd love to bring my gran to meet you. Can I?
Peter, just bring yourself.
But you said there would be others.
That's right.
Who are they?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
You might not like them.
Oh, thanks a bunch, Jesus.
Peter?
Yes, Jesus?
Come with me.
Jesus, I've got better things to do than go on a mystery tour. But I'll think about it. Just tell me what I'll need.
What do you mean?
Well, if I'm going somewhere I don't know, with people you refuse to tell me about, there are some things that might come in very handy.
Like what?
Well, like something to read in case I get bored. Like something to sing in case I get sad. Like a new pair of jeans in case there's a dance or a party.
Peter, you'll not need anything. Just bring yourself. That's enough to contend with.
Jesus? Do you want me to end up like you?
Peter, I'm going. Are you coming with me? Matthew 26, verses 57 to 75. Those who had arrested Jesus took him to Caiaphas, the high priest, in whose house the scribes and the elders had gathered. But Peter was following him at a distance as far as the courtyard of the high priest. And going inside, he sat with the guards in order to see how this would end. Now the chief priests and the whole council were looking for false testimony against Jesus, so that they might put him to death. But they found none, though many false witnesses came forward. At last 2 came forward and said, "This fellow said, 'I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days.'" The high priest stood up and said, "Have you no answer? What is it that they testify against you?" But Jesus was silent. Then the high priest said to him, "I put you under oath before the living God. Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus said to him, "You have said so, but I tell you from now on you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has blasphemed. Why do we still need witnesses? You've now heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict?" They answered, "He deserves death." Then they spat in his face and struck him, and someone slapped him, saying, "Prophesy to us, you Messiah. Who is it that struck you?" Now Peter was sitting outside in the courtyard. A servant girl came to him and said, "You also were with Jesus the Galilean." But he denied it before all of them, saying, "I do not know what you're talking about." When he went out to the porch, another servant girl saw him, and she said to the bystanders, "This man was with Jesus of Nazareth." Again he denied it with an oath, "I do not know the man." After a little while the bystanders came up and said to Peter, "Certainly you are also one of them, for your accent betrays you." Then he began to curse, and he swore an oath, "I do not know the man." At that moment the cock crowed. Then Peter remembered what Jesus had said, "Before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times." And he went out and wept bitterly.
"You're the Christ." He asked us who he said he was. That's what I said. "You're the Christ." You know, he rode a donkey into Jerusalem, right? People laying down a procession of palm leaves for the one we'd all been waiting for. It was like one of those pinch me moments. Then Passover came. Me and the boys are tucking into the flatbread and Jesus just comes out with it. "One of you dipping bread in the balsamic's gonna turn me in," he said. Then he takes the bread, tears and shares it. "What are you waiting for? Tuck in," he said. "This is my body, broken, beaten, bruised, for you." Then he gives thanks and passes round the bread. "Drink up," he said. "This is my blood, poured out for plenty." A bit later, we're up the Mount of Olives with Jesus. "You know, when push comes to shove, you're all going to bail on me," he said. "No chance," I said. "The rest of them might. I'm not going anywhere," I said. "Count on it," he said. "Before the night's over, you'll swear blind you don't even know me," he said. "On my life, I'll never deny you. I'll die for you," I said. It all happened so fast. 1 minute, we're with Jesus as he's praying up Gethsemane and we're sparked out unconscious. The next, they've got Jesus in handcuffs. And all I can remember is what he said. That we'll bail on him. That we'll deny him. That I'll deny him. I'm not having it, I thought. He's got it wrong, I thought. So I drew out my sword. I gripped my teeth and I let rip. I cut this guy's ear clean off. "Come on, let's have it." "Enough," Jesus said. As he just goes quietly and I just legged it. I tailed him till we ended up at the chief priest's place. Me in the courtyard, outside by the fire, him inside, standing trial. Trial. Witnesses fabricating fake news, trying to pin something on Jesus that would land a death penalty. "You got nothing to say?" they said. "No defence," they said, goaded him. "Give it to us straight. Are you the Christ?" they said. "I am," he said. Enough said, as the guards struck him, stripped him and spat on him. "Bang! Go on! Prophesy you landed that right up," they said. Meantime, I'm warming my hands by the fire, trying to keep a low profile. Although there's only so much blending in you can do when you're watching your best mate and mentor get the living daylights kicked out of him. "Hang about. I know you," the servant girl said. "Must have one of those faces," I said. "No, you're one of his lot from Nazareth," she said. "Don't know what you're talking about, love," I said. I made a beeline for the exit, but now she's got a captive audience. "Hey, guess who he's friends with?" she said. "Thinks she's had a bit too much of the Merlot," I said, but they won't let it go. I could see them eyeballing me, working it out in their head. "Come on, mate, if you're not from Galilee, I'll eat my own sandal. On my mother's life, I've not even met the guy." The cockerel crows a second time. And that's when I see him, tossed around like a tear and share flatbread. Broken, beaten, bruised, just like he said. And with a bottle's worth of red blood smeared across his face, he looks at me. He looks right at me, right into the depths of me, and all I can remember is what I said. "I'll never deny you. I'll die for you. 3 times you'll deny me, Pete," he said. And I just broke down and wept.
love divine, all love's excelling, joy of heaven to earth come down, fix in us thy humble dwelling, all thy faithful mercies crown. Jesus, thou art all compassion, pure unbounded love, thou art. Visit us with thy salvation, enter every trembling